The next morning was bright, a good sign that the treacherous winter was over. When I got out of bed, I noticed my energy was rather low, and my face felt like I survived a beating. When I tried to rinse after brushing, a stream of water shot out the right side of my mouth like a cherub spitting into a fountain. My upper lip wouldn't rise, no matter how much I tried. I suspected a stroke, but felt I had no time to investigate. The set needed painting, and nothing was going to stop me from benefiting the show. "Hey," Marston greeted. "How's it going?" I replied. "I'm beat today." "I feel you. Thought I was having a stroke this morning." Water was squirting out the side of my mouth when I tried to brush. "Saturday morning stroke, fucking epic," he comically responded. I giggled. We conversed about life, painting the framework. I was trying not to think of my symptoms, which I suspected was a mini stroke, or what they call a TIA. Relying on the power of denial and talking about pleasant things like drugs and messed up relationships. Venting our desires with every stroke of the brush. Marston's conversations were the best. And for the moment, I forgot about my symptoms almost. Our costume designer, who also took over the part of Narracott, looked at me and said, "I never noticed your Elvis smirk." After hearing that, I had to give in and figure out what was going on. Around 9 p.m., I had my mother drive me to the ER, just in case I wasn't able to drive due to a possible stroke. It only took about a minute to sign me in. They checked my vitals and medical history. Once I was in a hospital gown and covered with a blanket, a male nurse came to take blood samples. After that, a doctor came in to ask how I was feeling. "I'm just confused. Can you spell your full name?" he asked. "Brandon. Okay, so your brain works fine. I'm going to check your eyes, follow the flashlight. Well, everything seems to be working inside. Stick out your tongue." I stuck out my tongue and wiggled it around, making an Asian nurse laugh up a storm. "Raise your eyebrows," he then said. I raised my eyebrows, or at least attempted to. "Just what I thought. You have Bell's palsy." "What?" "It's a condition caused from damage to the 7th cranial nerve. The right side of your face is paralyzed. Try to smile." I tried to smile, which only appeared as half, no matter how much effort I put in. "See, no wrinkles on the right side of your forehead, and half the smile," he said, holding up a mirror. "I have a show coming up. Very important. When is it?" he asked. "Opening night is in 4 days," I replied. "Say a line from the play," he said. "So this is it," I responded in a northern English accent that was gradually diminishing. "Sounds beautiful to me," he said. "Wow, I can't believe this. Is there like a facial shot, or something you could rub on my cheek?" "Please, doc, I'm actually desperate. My whole world crashed. I've been through some shit, but this was just awful. What did I ever do to deserve this?" That night, I was given prednisone and vitamin B12. Breaking the news to my cast and crew was hard. Especially since my smile was one of the reasons that I landed the role. But I told them, receiving more love and support than I ever expected. Unconditional friendship, it's a nice thing. This was supposed to be the role that defined me as an actor. At least at the time it was. I couldn't pronounce certain letters like B or P, which was kind of funny because of the name Bell's palsy. Couldn't even pronounce my disease properly. Expected the cast to research it, fearing that they would think I got it from herpes, but then I got my test results back, quickly confirming that I either got it from stress or a temperature change. Stress, courtesy of the narcissists and flakes I've had to deal with my entire life. The pressure from the show was only the trigger. Not to mention my breakup, which I conveniently left out. Why? 'Cause that's a different story, but a contributing factor. As opening night passed by, we found ourselves in the midst of mid-production. My right eye was frozen open and exposed to the stage lights, susceptible to lint, dust, or any other elements. My beautiful co-star would wipe my tears away during the play. I could hear whispers from the audience. Were they about my face? I couldn't tell, but my paranoia was reasonable. With each night, the right side of my face became tighter, causing the latter to droop. This condition hurt my ego and destroyed my morale. It affected my speech, it made me sad, and it stole my focus. I'm supposed to be playing a 30-something-year-old with ravishing looks. Instead, my character was reduced to a cartoony joker with a speech impediment. My absolute biggest fear was to lose the speech I developed over the last few months. I just wanted to sound coherent, credible, and all of the above. This unfortunate disease is now seen as a positive event to my petty enemies, the ones that patronize me, or tell me that I can't do it. Fuck them. I did it. Much love for this production. Much love for the cast and crew, and every square inch of that set. I was even lucky that the newspaper photos were taken a week before I was diagnosed. Thank God. Out of the 10 newspaper articles that I've been in, so far, this picture came out the nicest. That beautiful show kicked my ass. I was bruised from falling, my brain was full of lines, had a huge crush on my fictional girlfriend, cut the palm of my hand on a prop, and was dehydrated from it all. Granted, I smoked cigarettes like a bastard and teared excessively. In the end, I was the main culprit of this debilitating disease. I mean, my literary focus was decent, but my well-being and health was at stake. Oh well, the show must go on. Blaming God is pointless. Don't ever worry about divine intervention. I do not believe it was karma or a curse, but a blessing in disguise, letting me know that I'm more than just a face. Hell, I even got some genuine laughs from the audience. Something I'm still getting used to. Moral of this short story: never fear anything. Take on this role we call life. The end.